Live from Austin, Texas, with host Rosie Newberry. Local trends, shopping, and more. This is Studio 512.
Good morning, y'all. Thank you so much for joining us today for Studio 512. Did you know National Dinosaur Day is on June 1st? To celebrate today, we're chatting with a paleontologist. I've never gotten to meet one in real life before. From the Texas Science and Natural History Museum, Liam Norris, and Managing Director Carolyn Connerat about what the museum is doing for the summer. We're so happy to have them. Y'all, good morning.
Good morning, thank you.
Thank you for having us.
Of course, thanks for being here. So Liam, we're gonna start with you, paleontologist, so cool. Talk to us a little bit about your work at the museum.
Yeah, so I'm a paleontologist. I get to study all sorts of animals that lived here on Earth. And so at the museum, I get to teach people about these animals, I get to design exhibits, and I get to have fun events like we're talking about today.
Yeah, which is awesome. And I asked you off camera, I was like, paleontologist does mean dinosaurs, right? But you said, and then some.
Yes, so paleontologists are scientists who study all life on Earth. And that can be animals, plants, microorganisms, less people. That's archaeology.
Gotcha. As long as it's extinct.
Right.
That's what, that falls in your corner. Okay, yes. Carolyn, let's talk about what you do at the museum, because this is what you oversee, is the whole thing.
Exactly. So I'm the director for the Texas Science and Natural History Museum, and the museum is the Science Natural History Museum for the greater Austin area. We have dinosaurs, actual fossils for dinosaurs. We also talk about life in Texas, really from prehistoric times through current times, and then future research that's happening. We're part of the University of Texas at Austin campus.
Oh.
So the museum is part of the campus, but it's also for Austin.
That's really wonderful. Okay, and we're actually kicking off kind of your summer programming with Dino Day. So you guys aren't celebrating on the 1st, you're actually celebrating on June 28th, but it's kind of the kickoff to your summer programming. So talk to me about that.
So the museum is open Tuesdays through Saturday as well as on Sundays, and we're a great place for families to come all summer long and to really enjoy the summer experience. We're air conditioned. So
I was going to say AC people, AC.
Exactly. And then it's a wonderful place for families of all ages to come in, strollers, for school-age children to learn about science and natural history, as well as for adults to learn about all those things.
Because I'm excited to learn a little bit today. There is some of this stuff that like almost every kid was fascinated with dinosaurs at some point in their childhood. It's just that Liam grew up to actually become a paleontologist. So let's talk about your Dino Day on June 28th. What are some of the activities that are going to be going on?
Absolutely. So on our table, we have a few of the things that you'll be able to see when you come visit us. First off, this trackway is from a dinosaur, Acrocanthosaurus.
That is crazy.
It is.
And you said this was a baby, actually.
Yes, this is just a young individual, but we'll have full-size tracks that you can see when you come visit. And then this right here is a vertebrae, a backbone from a mosasaur. And so, you can see it kind of stacks like cups. That's how the backbone would fit together.
Yeah.
And so you can see real fossils and touch real fossils when you come and visit us. And so we'll have plenty of activities. One, for instance, is it a dinosaur? And so we'll have this handy dandy sheet where you can look at all sorts of extinct animals like these 4 that I brought today, and you can try and figure out which one is a dinosaur.
So they walk on 2 or 4 legs. I'm trying to read kind of sideways here, but scaly, not hairy. Some have feathers. You told me off camera that actually only one of these items is a dinosaur, but I tell you, I would have said dinosaur, 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 dinosaur.
Exactly.
That's what I would have thought.
Everyone thinks if it's a cool extinct reptile, it's a dinosaur, but legs underneath the body, that's one of the keys.
Okay.
So.
And then something like this looks to me like a pterodactyl or something similar.
Yeah. So that's a pterosaur. It's Quetzalcoatlus, which is a Texas animal, largest animal that ever flew.
Terrifying.
Yes. Close to a dinosaur, but got a few little things that make it different.
Gotcha. And you can see Quetzalcoatlus at the museum overhead. It's a 30-foot wingspan. So
Whoa!
It's really amazing, along with our Tyrannosaur, Texas Tyrannosaur, which we call Texas Titans, the 2 largest animals. So from Big Bend.
I mean, if you want to see a Tyrannosaurus Rex, every kid does. This seems to be like a great place to go.
Exactly.
Okay, so playing fun games, really cool stuff. Not only that though, you got an Ice Age event coming up. So Caroline, I did want to ask about that as well, because that's some of the other stuff we have here on the table today.
In July, we're saying celebrate Ice Ages in July at the museum. And so every Tuesday we'll have pop-up activities of things that where you can learn more about the Ice Ages. Do you want to talk about your mammoth?
I would love to. So first thing in the morning, you can come for story time, learn all about mammoths on the move, and then here we have an actual mammoth tooth from a Central Texas mammoth.
It's so heavy. This is crazy.
Try chewing with that. And you can come see our Ice Age paleontologist and talk with her about Ice Age animals. And it's just a really great way to get out of the heat.
Absolutely. Learning about dinosaurs, learning about the past. I mean, it's just going to continue to spark kids' curiosity, especially at a time where otherwise school may not be happening, right? Okay. So I want to ask about, Carolyn, how we can attend, because you guys do one free day each month.
Yes.
But then otherwise there are tickets available, right?
Yes. So every fourth Sunday, we call it Free Fourth Sunday, is free admission, thanks to HEB, which sponsors us to be able to do that. Other days of the week, we have admissions. It's $10 for adults, $6 for seniors and our children, and then anyone under 4 is free. And then also during the summer, we are part of the Blue Star Museum, so active military families are free all summer. So we're open Tuesday through Saturday from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m., Sundays from 1 to 5.
Okay, it sounds really super cool. And in the last 10 seconds I've got you for, Liam, what's your favorite dinosaur and why?
I love long necks. Brachiosaurus, the tall one in Jurassic Park. I love it, and I have since I first saw it in that movie.
Oh, so sweet. I love it. And clearly a childhood love that has grown into adulthood.
Absolutely.
Very cool, very cool. Guys, this sounds so fun. Thank you so
Wonderful.
much for your time.
Thank you so much.
Of course. You guys, you can check out memberships and learn more on their website. Plan your visit right now at sciencemuseum.utexas.edu. The following portion of Studio 512 is sponsored by Pins Mechanical Company. Y'all have a blast with awesome drinks and lots of fun activities down at Pins Mechanical Company. We're speaking with Aspen Early. She's the Assistant General Manager of Events, and she's here to tell us more about what this huge space can offer you, your friends, your family, anybody you want to bring down. Aspen, let's go ahead and start by talking about Pins and the activities that folks can do out here.
Yeah, of course. So we're located right off South Congress in the St. Elmo district. We have a 43,000 square foot building full of tons of different things to do. We have shuffleboard, a giant light bright, we have arcade games, we have a 70s room, which we'll get into a little bit later, but it's just like your grandma's basement from the 70s. Duckpin bowling is definitely the star of the show. We have 20 lanes, 36 lines of draft beer, tons of retro cocktails, patio pong, cornhole, bocce ball.
You guys have a lot of unique beverage offerings. I do want to make sure that we mention food trucks on site and more coming.
Of course. So right now, currently, we have 2 food trucks on site. We have Granny's Tacos and Lefty's Pizza. Coming about mid-May, early June, we're going to have Jew Boy Sliders, and Lefty's Pizza is going to move into our commissary kitchens in our courtyard.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it'd be
and then
super
we've
cool.
got to talk about the drinks because they're really fun.
They're the best. So we can really we have a full bar, so we can make anything, but we have our own specialty cocktails that reflect just retro themes, and we change it twice per year.
Oh, wow.
So it's really nice. But one that's my favorite that we've kept along for so long is the Hulk Hogan. It's like a blueberry lemonade, so it's blueberry vodka, lemonade, and a retro bomb pop in it. So it's like a little treat, and it changes flavor as the bomb pop melts. So it's a new thing as you drink it.
Any tips for first-time visitors to make the most out of their experience?
So a lot of our games like skee ball, bocce ball, those are all going to be free to play. Giant beer pong, which is what we call patio pong. We have console games in our 70s room that you can play on old school like Nintendo and Sega. We also have arcade games that you can just hit the button to start, and those are free as well.
And I just want to make sure we did talk about kids. What about pups?
Please bring your dog. Please, pups of all kinds, shapes, sizes, we love them. We are extremely pet friendly, and honestly, we want you to bring your dog. We will give them pets. We have dog bones sometimes, and we love them coming in and enjoying this place.
I know you started here as a server, so that was
I
probably
did,
a
I
highlight
did.
for you, right? Seeing
It
those
did.
puppies come in.
Favorite part of the day. It can make any shift and day for everyone involved just that much better.
Oh, I love it. Okay, Pins seems like a ton of fun, and I appreciate you introducing me to it.
Of
Thank you,
course,
Aspen.
Of course. Thank you so much for having me.
Check out their website, pinsbar.com, for more info on games, daily specials, and how to book your next event. The preceding portion of Studio 512 was sponsored by Pins Mechanical Company. Welcome back, everybody. Escape the heat this summer by hitting the AC and enjoying a movie, some good old-fashioned fun. The historic Paramount Theater is hosting its annual Summer Classic Film Series. It has already begun, but there's a lot more fun to come. So Stephen Janice, Senior Director of Film Programming, is here to tell us more about what to expect. Lovely to see you, Stephen.
Great to see you too. Thanks for having me.
I love talking about this every single time because guys, it's basically Steven who chooses all 100 movies with maybe a bit of input here or there, but it's a big ask from you every year, and you always deliver. So if you wouldn't mind, kind of just remind us about what the summer series is about.
Yeah, so this is, as you mentioned, it's now a 51-year tradition, beloved
Wow.
tradition, downtown Austin in this gorgeous, now 110-year-old movie theater, the Paramount Theater. And we try to kind of encapsulate the entire history of movies into this like 3-month span. So over those 100 movies you mentioned, we're playing things from the 40s to as recently as like 2 years ago. Every genre you can think of, comedy, drama, kids movies, thrillers, etc. And so my biggest goal is to try and have like 3 to 4 things on there that every person would be interested in. Like I want you to look at that lineup and circle like 3 things and be like, I have to attend these things.
And there's going to be a specific category coming up towards the end that is like, I am like tick, 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 you've got me on. But if you wouldn't mind, let's talk about 70 millimeter versus 35 millimeter, because this is officially outside of my comfort zone as far as like what I know about movies, but you have 3 rare 70 millimeter presentations.
Yeah, so 70 millimeter is kind of the big on actual celluloid film format that has kind of been rediscovered lately. Oppenheimer was released on 70 millimeter, so a lot of the filmmakers like Christopher Nolan, Quentin Tarantino are really big on pushing this format. Just the grain and kind of the texture that you get on film is just different from digital and kind of adds to that unique experience of seeing a movie in the movie theater. So this year we're playing a new 70 millimeter print of North by Northwest, classic Hitchcock movie. Phantom Thread, starring Daniel Day-Lewis, directed by Paul Thomas Anderson. They both have new movies coming out this year, and those are always like big events for film nerds. And then we got 2001: A Space Odyssey, which we play almost every year, and that is in particular a movie that you kind of have to see in a theater with a huge crowd. There's an intermission. It's just kind of that like old-fashioned movie-going thing, and to see it on 70 millimeter film is a real treat.
I still don't even understand what it is, but if you're telling me like I am having a different experience when I walk out of the theater and I thought I really enjoyed that,
Yes.
that might be one of the reasons why. And I advocate, by the way, for bringing back the like intermission, especially as our movies tend to get longer and longer as we go. My goodness.
Yeah.
Okay, 35 millimeter. Let's talk about that because it includes a couple of partnerships.
Yeah, so Hyperreal Film Club, which is this really amazing collective in town, they now actually have their own space on the east side, but they've been showing movies with us for a few years, and so this summer they've picked 3 movies all on 35 millimeter film, which again, on celluloid, very unique, very cool, only in a movie theater experience. They're showing Cabaret, Now and Then, 90s kids favorite, and then here in about a week or so they're showing Pan's Labyrinth, the classic Guillermo del Toro fantasy movie, which is a lot of fun. So things like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles we're showing on film, Black Swan, the Natalie Portman movie. So these are, again, movies that maybe you've seen at home on Blu-ray or on TV, but seeing them in this format in a movie theater with a bunch of people is really special.
Oh, Now and Then is sticking with me. I love that movie. Okay, there is a family film series. So yes, Pan's Labyrinth could be a little bit scary. And there were thrillers abound, but talk to me about what the family specific stuff
Yeah,
is.
so family series, discounted tickets for kids 12 and under, and again, trying to run the gamut of things that are a bit older, like Sound of Music, that maybe like my generation grew up already being a classic for us, and we fell in love with it, to things like Babe, Jumanji. I mentioned Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the 90s one. The Sandlot. We're doing a double feature of Toy Story and a Goofy movie, which are both having an anniversary this year. So again, trying to like introduce kids to movies that maybe they aren't, rewatching 9 million times at home, something a little bit unique that parents maybe grew up with and they can share with their kids. And I think of everyone, kids love the Paramount Theater experience the most. Just the idea that there's this balcony you run up the stairs and sit at, and we've got a curtain that opens and closes. It's just one of those things that I think helps kids fall in love with seeing movies at the movie theater, and that's why we love doing that series.
Yeah, that's what you wanted. You want to get them in young, let them fall in love with movies.
Yes, we want to create the new generation for sure.
Exactly. Okay, and then so I feel like I've heard a couple of them mention, we've met the gentleman from The Sandlot, and I will say that the guy who plays Porter or Ham or whatever his name is, still hilarious in real life. He was awesome. I really adored him. Okay, but 90s kids, special shout out for anybody who grew up in the 90s, because there are some special movies.
Yeah, and I mean, that's the interesting thing about my job is, when I started, people would say that movies from the 80s and 90s shouldn't be considered classics because they're too new. But time
We're getting
has
older.
passed. You're telling me. And so movies now from the 90s, for a lot of kids today, they were born way after those movies came out, and so they are classics themselves. So another family film we're showing, Matilda, is one that a lot of my coworkers have been, requesting for a long time. Things like Clueless, Friday, House Party, like again, these are movies that my generation grew up watching as kids. And so it's like a nostalgic treat for us to see them. But for a younger generation, it's like these are old kind of movies that they're going to be discovering for the first time.
Well, and you may not have seen it in years.
Oh, true.
So
yeah.
you might love Clueless, but when's the last time you sat down to watch it start to finish?
Yeah,
okay.
exactly.
We got to leave it there, Stephen, but such fun stuff. Thank you for the lovely lineup. We can't wait to have some fun in the AC.
Yeah, me too.
All right. Explore the full Summer Classic Film Series lineup and grab your tickets now at austintheater.org/film, or make the most of your movie nights with FlixTix, a discounted pack of 10 tickets valid all summer long. The following portion of Studio 512 is sponsored by Wendy Bar Beef and Wendy Bar Ranch. Hey guys, if you're looking for a gift to seriously impress Dad this Father's Day, we've got something that's perfect for the grill. Michael Klein, the owner of Wendy Bar Beef and Wendy Bar Ranch, has locally raised 100% Black Angus beef, and he's here to tell us more about his offerings. And Michael, the first thing I'd like to do is dig into your personal history just a little bit. Tell us about, coming from Gillespie County, how many generations y'all have been out there, and Wendy Bar Beef and Wendy Bar Ranch.
I'm a sixth generation Gillespie County, not just Texas, but Gillespie County. My ancestors came here in the 1840s and 50s from Germany, and they all stayed right there. So I live in Austin right now with my wife, but we have a ranch in Stonewall. That's where our ranch is. We do genetic testing of our animals for marbling and tenderness, and we've been doing that since 2001 and 2004. So we've been doing it for decades. And once you do it for that length of time, and you keep selecting for marbling and tenderness, after a few decades, you get some really well-marbled, tender beef. And that's what we've been doing. And we raise all our own cattle. We don't buy any cattle from anybody else. We're 100% Black Angus.
Okay, you have a bit of a funny story, and it pertains to checking how you're doing versus everybody else, and it turns out the answer is pretty darn well.
Yes, well, this has been several years ago, and I just saw in an agricultural publication that there was a state contest up in Kansas City, Missouri. And it was the American Royal Steak Contest. And so the guy that worked for me at the time, I just said, Andrew, let's just go get 3 ribeyes out of the freezer and send them up there and see where we are. And lo and behold, to our surprise, when the results came back, we came in 4th place nationwide. It's a blind tasting, and there's entrants from all over the country, but we beat everybody else in the state of Texas.
I'm going to ask if you use commercial chemicals in your operation, but my first guess is going to be that you don't.
We use virtually none. We are very much, we try to manage to solve problems, so we don't need to deworm our cattle with chemicals, because we manage that by rotating them through our paddocks so they don't accumulate worms. We don't use any fly insecticides or anything like that unless there's some major catastrophe of some kind, which is extremely rare. We use almost no commercial fertilizers. We're very much We try to stay away from the big pharma products. We just want a very natural product.
And you're probably going to go home and cook this tonight.
I will, yes, I will. Yes.
Someone who really believes in what he's creating. It's
Yes.
been really wonderful, Michael. Thank you so much for your time.
Sure.
Shop available cuts right now at wendybarbeef.com. The preceding portion of Studio 512 was sponsored by Wendy Bar Beef and Wendy Bar Ranch.
Hey Austin, our animal shelters have been facing chronic overcrowding for over a decade. Our shelters need your support now more than ever. Let's visit the shelters and see how we can help these animals find their forever home.
I'm Ellen Jefferson, the president and CEO of Austin Pets Alive, and I've been here for 15 years. I love working with animals because they need a voice, they need help. The hardest thing about running a shelter is trying to just balance resources, money, volunteers, staff. The influx of animals is always there. Having so many dogs, in particular in kennels, is really hard on the dogs.
I've worked here at Texas Humane Heroes for just under 2.5 years. We have 210 animals in our care. That is overcapacity for us. If more people were spaying and neutering their pets, that stops the problem at its source. We have a low-cost vet clinic on site, and that's a big part of our mission is we want pet ownership to be affordable for everyone.
I can put it on my lap just in case we have an accident. This is Marble Brownie, who just came out of the Parvo ward and is looking for his new life. He's got his bags packed, ready to go. Parvo is a big killer of dogs in shelters, and without treatment, 9 out of 10 die. With treatment, we can save 9 out of 10. We're just about to move into a brand new state-of-the-art hospital. So our new clinic is going to have a huge Parvo ward where we can help thousands of puppies a year, and it's really exciting. And he's beautiful. Look at this eyeliner around his ears.
With shelters expanding their veterinary care, let's see how Central Texans are helping ease their stress.
Most of our capacity is in foster. It's by far our biggest shelter, if you will.
I'm Sandy Isaacson, and I've been fostering animals for about 10 years. Fostering, it's when you invite a pet into your home for temporary care, and so you're caring for that animal on a short-term basis. And that can be for a lot of different reasons. It can be for medical, it can be for kennel stress. I love to foster because it's a low-cost option too. When you're able to see that dog blossom and that personality start to come through, they're so expressive and emo. Those are some of the hidden gems of the shelter. I really encourage everybody who's looking to adopt, ask the staff, hey, who's in foster? Can I learn more? You won't regret it.
I'm Sherry Soltis, and I'm the founder and CEO of Service Dogs, Inc. We adopt from animal shelters throughout Texas. We have at least 10 shelters where these dogs come from. Probably over the 40 years, we've probably rescued and trained over 1,000 dogs.
When we adopt the dogs from shelters, it's not only giving them a second chance just outside of a shelter environment, but we're helping these dogs serve a purpose.
We train service dogs that help people with mobility issues, like they are in a wheelchair or they have had a stroke. We train dogs that alert people who are deaf or have a significant hearing loss. And then we also train 2 types of facility dogs. If a dog does not complete our training program, we will find a good pet home for it. So none of the dogs we adopt ever go back to an animal shelter.
Giving it a sense of direction and purpose and something to work towards, I think is so important.
It's very fulfilling to find a dog that has an uncertain future and put it in a position where it's going to have its best life.
I am the founder of Safe in Austin. I've just always been an animal lover in general. There are somewhere around 220 animals if you count all the chickens, which I definitely do. Dogs, cats, guinea pigs, rabbits, tortoises. We have exotic birds, a hamster that has seizures. We have a one-eyed hedgehog. All of my animals have come from just incredibly vastly different things. We have dogs with broken spines and things like that that we've taken from other rescue groups, wanting to avoid euthanasia with animals that have missing limbs. The children that come here are all significant trauma survivors or have some kind of special needs. The circle of healing that happens between the animals and the kids it's really kind of magical. The animals do most of it.
Y'all have fun? I have some pretty cool babies here, don't I? Yeah.
If we teach children how to take care of animals, then we can get out of this place that we're in right now, where every shelter is overflowing and everybody's being euthanized left and right. Make the difference in them, because they're the ones that are going to change it in the future. We are greatly impacting the animal rescue community by showing them what it looks like here, making them a part of it, and then changing it for the future moving forward.
I think animals are really important in our lives. Pets have no judgment. They're not going to disown you if you do anything. It opens up so many doors to be able to communicate and be part of the community.
One of the happiest days here is when we bring a dog home from a shelter. You just look at the dog and you say, you're going to be safe and loved from now on. And it's not entirely in our imaginations that the dog understands that and appreciates it too.
There's a real personal, just sort of connection that you have with a dog or a cat. They think so much of us. There's something very humbling about, wanting to be the person that my dogs think I am. All shelters, every shelter, the shelter closest to you right now needs help.
Come to events. The more people that come, the more money we raise, and that all goes straight back to the animals.
But maybe you're really good at website building, or you're really good at photography. Take photos of the shelter pets. All that stuff really does wonders.
Support our shelters today by donating, fostering, and volunteering. Come to events. Spread the word. Life is so much better with a pet in it.
This segment is sponsored by Plexiderm.
Good morning, everybody. Hey, we have a birthday every single year, and I think it's on that day that you really start thinking, oh no, the time is passing. But that may not necessarily be the reason that you're looking a little bit older when you take a little peek in the mirror. It's a virtual world. We're just seeing a whole lot more of ourselves nowadays. And nobody knows that better than our friend Scott DeFalco, who's going to tell us a little bit more about Plexiderm this morning. Scott, hello.
Rosie, great to be with you. Yeah, those birthdays, they seem to come quicker every year. The number goes up, and people have the misconception that just because they're getting older, or maybe that they have too many wrinkles, that they can't deal with them. And that's just not true. With Plexiderm's new Rapid Reduction Serum, we're going to reduce the appearance of all the key signs of aging in less than 10 minutes, Rosie. It is the in the moment, I need results now product, and it's completely topical. That's why people love it, but we're going to jump right into the before and after pictures so people can see how effective this product will be.
Absolutely. In fact, this is one of my favorite things to do is when you're on Amazon or something like that, I want to see the before and afters. So this is going to be one of my favorite versions.
The proof isn't in the pudding, it's in the pictures.
It's in the pictures. Okay, we got Laura, we got Penny, we got Rose.
Three lovely ladies right here that are dealing with issues, especially around the mouth. You can see it with Penny, and you can imagine how she felt after she put Plexiderm's Rapid Reduction Serum on. I mean, it's a dramatic improvement, and to see it on your screen is pretty amazing, but to be there and witness it in person like I was, Rosie, it's mind-blowing. The people feel so much better about themselves, and all they do is put a small amount on that problem area, wait 10 minutes, and they're seeing the results you're seeing on the screen.
Absolutely. It's incredible that that's not retouched. It's incredible that we're just talking product photos. It's crazy stuff. Let's talk about Maria, Rita, Samantha.
This is actually my favorite montage, Rosie, because the reason why people originally turned to Plexiderm was for the three-dimensional bag. Now, these are three different ladies in three completely different age groups, spanning about 25 years. They have the dark circles, they have the under eye bags, but it didn't matter how old or young they were or the issues that they had. You can see what Plexiderm did for them. It completely got rid of the dark circles and the under eye bag. So people can get these issues at any age, really, even in their 20s, depending on genetics, lifestyle choices. Maybe they have allergies, didn't get enough sleep, but it does not matter with Plexiderm. It does not discriminate. We take care of all age groups for men and women.
I'm glad you brought up men as well, because our next montage includes Mona, Carol, and now we've got a man in the mix. We've got Don.
My guy, Don, I love Don, and he had the 4 headlines that he was dealing with, the deep set forehead lines, Mona with the under eye bags, and Carol with the laugh lines around her eyes and those crow's feet. I want to talk to the guys right now, Rosie, because there's a misconception out there, again, for the men that, they can't get female products, or, that they shouldn't use them and this and that. That is out the window, fellas. It's okay for you to take care of yourself and look better. And for that, you're going to want to use products like this, or what people normally refer to as women's products. They're not just for women, they're for everybody. The men make up a big part of our fan base with Plexiderm, because with our new serum, it goes on clear. So there's no chalky white residue, so men can put it on. It's like a moisturizer. It goes right into your skin. So that's one of the reasons why men love it. And for the females out there, the number one question I get, the number one question I get is, do you have any free samples? And the second question I get is, does this work with makeup? And again, it works great with makeup because it goes on clear. So ladies, if you're watching right now, put Plexiderm on a clean, dry face, wait 10 minutes, then use oil-free makeup as normal. I want to stress that, because anything that has oil in it will counteract the effectiveness of Plexiderm. So put on oil-free makeup, and you're going to get up to 10 hours with the results, Rosie. That's another thing people love about this product.
Amazing. Okay, our last little set here, Ellen, Robin, Jill.
These are three different ladies again. This is a perfect example of how Plexiderm's new serum is working on all the key signs of aging. They had more than one issue they were dealing with. So it's not just the under eye bag. Again, it's the forehead lines, it's the crow's feet, it's those pesky laugh lines around your mouth, and also a real underappreciated part of your body that with aging is an issue, Rosie, loose skin under your neck. That's a big one. And the reason why this serum is so effective is because we've added peptides and collagen to the formula. So we're talking moisture in your skin, we're talking firmness. That's why you're seeing that nice, youthful, glowing look in the before and afters. And again, that's why this product is lasting so long, up to 10 hours with the results. As I stated earlier, that's because of the collagen we put in the new formula.
Let's talk about other reasons why Plexiderm has such a huge fan base.
Number one, for me, or at least from what I've heard, completely topical. No painful injections or expensive doctor visits. People don't have to go through that. There's three things in life I'm afraid of, Rosie. Number one is sharks. Number two are snakes. Number three are needles. So when you look online and they say, oh, you can do minimally invasive procedures. Anything that involves putting a needle into my face is majorly invasive. So the fact that we don't have to do that with this product is the number one thing people love about it the most. The fact that it works so quickly and the fact that it lasts so long. That's really what's differentiating this product.
Not only that, you guys always try to make it special. You have something special going on right now.
This is our biggest discount ever. So this is the Plexiderm 6 application trial pack. Okay, I'm holding it in my hand right here. You can see the 6 applications. So right now, Rosie, this is $14.95. plus free shipping with a 30-day money-back guarantee from the day you receive it. But trust me, you're not going to need to use that. You're going to love this product. We also, if you want to just dive into getting a full bottle, we have 50% off a full bottle of Plexiderm, or maybe if you've been a user before and want to start up again. It's really 2 different options that are great. But this trial pack, if you just want to try it to see how effective it'll be for you, it's very affordable. Again, $14.95 plus free shipping. The only way to get that deal is to call that 1-800 number that's right there on your screen. That's 1-800-727-6719. You are a phone call away from forgetting about the number on your birthday. You're going to look 10 to 20 years younger in just 10 minutes.
Makes it easy to say yes, Scott. We always appreciate your time and your charisma. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Great to be with you as always, Rosie.
You can try Plexiderm today for just $14.95 with no automatic shipping by visiting plexidermtrial.com or by calling 1-800-727-6719. You will also receive free shipping by ordering right now. Again, go to plexidermtrial.com or call 1-800-727-6719. This segment is sponsored by Plexiderm.
Nexstar Media Group recently named its Remarkable Woman of the Year, and during the exciting Hollywood celebration, CEO of Peach Skin Sheets, Karen Levine, shared her inspiring path to becoming a fierce female.
Every woman is remarkable in my mind and heart, and it doesn't matter, their shape or size or their ethnic background. They're remarkable in their own way.
Hey, younger self, it's me, your older self.
Hey there, gorgeous. Your older, gorgeous self says hello.
Dear younger me,
I'm talking to you, 10-year-old me.
A few things from older me for you.
This life will indeed come at you fast, so stay focused.
I know life doesn't make sense right now.
But I want you to know that you don't have to have it all figured out.
If only you knew the power within you.
You're not meant to fit in.
You're meant to stand out.
Don't apologize for always raising your hand first.
Don't shrink in rooms that can't contain you.
And no matter how much you love to plan, things won't always go the way you want.
You'll have obstacles in life. Use them as stepping stones.
I'm Karen Levine, and I'm the CEO of Peach Skin Sheets. You may see my success now, but no one knows the struggle it took to get here. Dear younger Karen, here is a glimpse into your journey of becoming a remarkable woman. You won't be one of the popular girls at school. You'll be bullied for your looks and off-brand clothes. From that pain, you'll gain deep empathy and the desire to make others feel seen, loved, and included. Like so many single moms, you'll know what rock bottom feels like. At 48, you'll launch Peach Skin Sheets, hiring single moms, giving back to others, and building a brand with a purpose. You'll learn that people may judge your path without knowing your options, and that grace, resilience, and faith will carry you through. To all the women out there, your stories are powerful, your journeys are meaningful, and your voices matter. I'm giving all of you this mirror, and when you look in it, I want you to remember that you're just as beautiful on the inside as you are on the outside.
Go back to the little you, right? What would you say to her? How would you advise her?
Don't let the challenges stop you. There's always a way, and forge ahead with it.
I think for me, I would have told little Annie, you know, people in situations are going to hurt, but they only hurt you if you let them.
What do you say to your little self?
Find your village, stay with them.
Find your people. We are our village. We are the sisterhood. You are our tribe. All of you right now are getting this mirror. Thank you, Karen Levine from Peach Skin Sheets.
When you look in the mirror, I want you to remember this. You are remarkable, not because of what you do for others or what the world says about you, but because of the strength, courage, and grace you carry within you every single day.
Hey, we are happy to be able to offer you some help if you're out there searching for jobs. KXAN has partnered with ZipRecruiter to help you find thousands of job openings in Austin and around the country.